Ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason you are facing pressure. There is a reason life seems harder than before. The battles have intensified. The obstacles seem overwhelming. And the weight of everything you are carrying feels heavier than ever. And I want you to hear me clearly. This is not a coincidence. This is a sign. The enemy is not fighting you because of where you are. He is fighting you because of where you are going. Every time you are on the verge of something great, resistance will come. Every time God is about to open a new door, opposition will increase. The enemy can sense when a shift is about to happen in your life. He sees the potential in you even when you don't. And his greatest fear is that you will step fully into what God has planned for you. That is why you are under attack. That is why things are getting right before the greatest victories, the greatest battles take place. This is not a coincidence. This is a pattern. Throughout history, whether in the Bible or in life, every person who was about to step into something significant faced intense opposition right before their breakthrough. When you feel the pressure increasing, when everything seems to be going wrong, when obstacles seem to rise from every direction, this is not a sign to quit. This is a sign that you are closer than ever to your victory. The enemy fights hardest when he senses that you are on the verge of stepping into your divine purpose. He does not waste his energy on people who have no direction, no vision, or no calling. No. But if you have been feeling an unusual amount of resistance, if life has suddenly become more difficult than ever before, it is because you are dangerously close to something great. The enemy sees what you cannot see yet. He recognizes what God is about to release in your life, and he is doing everything possible to stop you from reaching it. Think about a seed planted in the ground. It remains buried in darkness, seemingly lifeless for a time. But right before it breaks through the soil, there is tension, resistance, and pressure. The dirt that once covered it now becomes an obstacle, but that is also the moment when the seed is closest to breaking through into the light. The greatest resistance comes right before the emergence. And the same is true for you. This is why you cannot give up in the middle of the fight. The pressure is a sign that your breakthrough is near. When David was about to become king, he faced one of the most intense seasons of his life, running from Saul, hiding in caves, feeling abandoned. When Joseph was about to step into his position of power, he found himself thrown into prison, betrayed by those closest to him. Jesus himself faced the greatest attack right before his greatest victory. The betrayal, the accusations, the crucifixion, it all came right before the resurrection. The pattern is clear. The enemy always attacks the hardest when he knows a shift is coming. Now you may be asking, if God has already planned my victory, why is the enemy allowed to attack me at all? The answer is simple. Your battle is proof that your victory is worth fighting for. You are being prepared, strengthened, and refined for the position God has for you. If the journey were too easy, you would not develop the strength to sustain the blessing. Every struggle, every attack, every moment of resistance is not breaking you. It is building you. It is building you. So here is what you must understand. The attack is a sign, not a stop sign. The pressure means promotion is near. The struggle means the door is about to open. The enemy is trying to break you, but what he doesn't realize is that this battle is only making you stronger. Hold on, because you are about to win. If you are under attack, it is because you are a threat. The enemy does not waste time on people who have no purpose, no calling, or no potential. He only fights those who are dangerous to his plans. If you have been facing opposition, challenges, and difficulties that seem unexplainable, it is not because you are failing. It is because you are carrying something powerful inside you. The battles in your life are not proof of your weakness. They are proof that the enemy sees something in you that even you may not fully recognize yet. Look at the stories of great men and women throughout history. Every person who made a difference faced opposition. Why? Because when someone is about to step into their purpose, they become a direct threat to the kingdom of darkness. When Jesus was born, King Herod tried to kill him before he could even take his first steps. Why? Because the enemy knew he was a threat to his rule. When Moses was born, Pharaoh ordered the killing of all Hebrew baby boys. Why? Because the enemy knew that a deliverer was coming. The pattern repeats itself again and again. Whenever God is about to raise someone up, the enemy tries to take them down before they can rise. What does this mean for you? It means that your battles are not a sign of defeat. They are a sign of your destiny. If the enemy is attacking you, it is because he sees something in you that terrifies him. He knows that if you keep moving forward, if you keep standing in faith, if you keep believing in God's promises, you will become unstoppable. And so he does everything he can to discourage you, to distract you, to make you doubt yourself. He wants you to believe that the obstacles in your way are proof that you are not good enough, that you are not strong enough, that you will never make it. But hear me today, those are lies. The attacks you are facing are not because you are weak, they are because you are strong. The enemy sees the anointing on your life. He sees the calling that God has placed on you. He sees the potential inside you, and he is afraid of what will happen if you fully step into it. That is why he tries to stop you now, before you realize how powerful you really are. But here is the truth. He cannot stop what God has already set in motion. No attack, no setback, no delay can cancel what God has promised you. The enemy may fight, but he cannot win unless you give up. And that is exactly what he wants, to make you so tired, so discouraged, so frustrated that you stop moving forward. But today, make a decision to not quit. Do not let fear, doubt, or distraction stop you. If the enemy is fighting you, it is because he knows you are about to win. And if you keep standing, keep believing, and keep moving forward, there's nothing he can do to stop you from stepping into everything God has planned for your life. The enemy does not always attack in obvious ways. Sometimes the battle is not fought with weapons or physical opposition, but through distractions, doubts, and delays. These are some of the enemy's most effective strategies because they do not always look like an attack. They seem like small inconveniences, moments of uncertainty, or simple delays in progress. But in reality, they are carefully designed tactics to pull you away from your destiny. One of the greatest weapons the enemy uses is distraction. If he can't destroy you, he will try to distract you. He will place unnecessary battles in your life to take your focus away from what truly matters. He will surround you with negativity, toxic relationships, and time-consuming activities that pull you away from your purpose. He will create moments of busyness where you feel like you are doing a lot, but you are not actually moving forward. And if you are not careful, you will spend your energy fighting battles that were never meant for you in the first place while neglecting the assignment God has given you. Another major strategy of the enemy is doubt. If he can make you question yourself, he has already won half the battle. He will whisper lies that make you feel unworthy, incapable, and unqualified. He will remind you of every past mistake, every failure, and every weakness to make you believe that you are not good enough for what God has called you to do. But the truth is, God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the call. If he has placed a purpose inside you, he has also given you everything you need to fulfill it. The enemy knows this, but he also knows that if you doubt yourself, you will stop yourself. He doesn't have to defeat you, just has to make you believe that you are already defeated. And then there is delay. Sometimes God gives you a vision, a dream, or a promise, but the fulfillment of it does not come right away. The enemy uses this waiting period to make you feel like nothing is happening. He wants you to get frustrated, impatient, and hopeless. He will make you believe that God has forgotten you, that the promise was never real, or that you must have done something wrong to cause the delay. But here's what you must understand. Delay is not denial. Just because something hasn't happened yet does not mean it won't happen. God is not bound by human timelines, and what he has promised will come to pass at the right time. The enemy knows this, but he hopes that during the waiting period, you will become so discouraged that you will give up before you see the breakthrough. This is why you must stay focused, faithful, and firm. Do not allow distractions to pull you away from your purpose. Do not allow doubt to make you question what God has already confirmed. And do not allow delays to convince you that the promise is no longer coming. The enemy's greatest fear is that you will keep moving forward despite the distractions, doubts, and delays. Because if you do, there is nothing he can do to stop you from reaching your destiny. What looks like a setback is often a setup for something greater. The moments in life that seem like failures, losses, and disappointments are not the end of your story. They are actually positioning you for a powerful comeback. The enemy wants you to believe that the struggles you are facing are meant to break you, but what he does not realize is that God is using those very struggles to prepare you for your victory. Throughout history, some of the greatest victories were preceded by devastating setbacks. Pain setbacks. Look at Joseph. He had a dream of leadership, of influence, of greatness. But before he could step into that calling, he was betrayed by his own brothers, thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, and later falsely accused and sent to prison. Every step seemed like a setback. Every moment seemed unfair. But what the enemy meant for evil, God was using for good. Joseph's time in slavery and prison was not wasted. It was preparation. He was learning, growing, and developing the strength, wisdom, and resilience he would need to lead a nation. And when the right time came, God elevated him in an instant. The same is true for you. The struggles you are facing, the disappointments you have endured, and the setbacks that seem to be holding you back are not wasted. They are preparing you. The rejection you faced was redirection. The closed doors were protection. The delay was God's way of building you up so that when the opportunity comes, you will be ready to step into it fully. The enemy wants you to give up during the setback because he knows that if you hold on, the comeback is inevitable. He knows that the very thing meant to destroy you is actually making you stronger. He knows that the pain you have endured is producing power. The struggles you have faced are increasing your endurance, and the battles you have fought are giving you experience. And if you keep going, you will not only recover from the setback, but you will come back stronger, wiser, and more powerful than before. Think about a bow and arrow. The farther the arrow is pulled back, the greater the force when it is released. The tension, the pulling, the resistance, it all seems like a setback. But in reality, it is building momentum. The moment the bow releases, the arrow launches forward with greater speed and force than ever before. And that is exactly what is happening in your life. The pressure you are facing is not to destroy you, it is to propel you. It is to propel you. So do not be discouraged by what looks like a setback. Do not allow frustration, disappointment, or delays to make you think that God has forgotten about you. The very thing that seems like a step backward is actually a step towards something greater. Every struggle is a setup for victory. Every failure is a lesson in strength. Every hardship is equipping you for what's coming next. Hold on, because your comeback is on the way, and it will be greater than anything you imagine. The enemy's greatest fear is that you will realize who you truly are. He is not afraid of your past mistakes. He is not afraid of your weaknesses. He is not even afraid of your struggles. What he fears most is that you will wake up to the truth of your identity in God, because the moment you do, you become unstoppable. From the very beginning, the enemy has used deception as his primary weapon. He cannot take away what God has given you, so his only option is to convince you that you don't have it. He cannot cancel God's promises, so he tries to make you doubt them. He cannot strip you of your authority, so he works overtime to make sure you never recognize that you have it. If he can keep you in a mindset of fear, insecurity, and doubt, he doesn't have to fight you. You will fight yourself. Look at how he attacked Adam and Eve. The serpent did not come with a sword or a weapon. He came with a question: did God really say? His goal was not to defeat them physically, but to make them doubt what God had already spoken. And he still operates the same way today. He whispers, are you sure you are called? Are you sure you are chosen? Are you sure God will come through for you? He plants seeds of doubt, hoping that you will water them with your thoughts. Because the moment you believe the lie, you will live the lie. This is why the battle is not just around you, it is inside you. The enemy does not have power over you unless you give it to him through fear and doubt. The truth is, you have already been equipped with everything you need to win. God has placed his spirit inside you. He has given you authority over the enemy. He has called you to walk in faith, not fear. And the moment you stop allowing doubt to control you, the enemy loses his grip on your life. One of the greatest tactics the enemy uses is to make you feel inadequate. He will remind you of every past failure, every insecurity, and every imperfection. But the truth is, God does not call the perfect. He perfects those he calls. Look at Moses. He doubted himself because he was not a good speaker. Look at Gideon. He believed he was too weak. Look at David. He was overlooked and underestimated. But God does not choose based on human qualifications. He chooses based on divine purpose. The enemy knows this, which is why he tries to make you feel like you are not enough. Because if you ever realize that you are already enough in God, nothing can stop you. So today, wake up to the truth of who you are. You are not weak. You are strong in him. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. You are not defeated. You are victorious. The enemy knows it, and now it is time for you to know it too. You are about to win. Victory is not coming. It is already yours. The moment God declared his purpose over your life, the outcome was settled. The enemy is not fighting to win. He is fighting to stop you from realizing that you have already won. The battle is not about your ability. It is about your awareness. The enemy knows he is defeated, but his greatest weapon is making you believe that you still have to fight for something that has already been given to you. This is why spiritual warfare is not about gaining victory. It is about standing in the victory that has already been secured. The enemy wants you to believe that you are struggling to get to the finish line, but the truth is you are already standing on it. Jesus declared on the cross, "It is finished." That means everything you need, every breakthrough, every promise, every blessing has already been established. The enemy's only hope is to keep you so distracted, discouraged, or doubtful that you never walk in it. This is why he fights you so hard. He knows that if you keep moving forward, nothing can stop you. If you keep believing, no lie can deceive you. If you keep standing, no attack can defeat you. The only way he can win is if he convinces you to give up before you see the fulfillment of what is already yours. Then, that is why he sends opposition right before breakthrough. He increases pressure when you are closest to victory. He tries to make things look worse right before they get better. Because if you give up in the middle of the process, you will never see the promise. But here is the truth you need to hold on to. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from victory. You are not trying to win. You have already won. Every obstacle, every setback, and every attack is just an attempt to make you forget that. The enemy cannot take what God has given you, but he will try to make you forfeit it. He will try to get you so weary, so exhausted, so discouraged that you walk away from what is already yours, but you must stand firm. This is why Scripture tells us to put on the armor of God. It does not say to fight for victory. It says to stand firm. The enemy will throw everything he can at you, but if you refuse to move, he cannot win. When you stand on the promises of God, when you refuse to let fear, doubt, or circumstances shake you, you frustrate the enemy's plans. So today, make a decision. No matter what comes your way, you will not give up. You will not give in. You will not surrender. Because the fight has already been won. The enemy knows it, and now so do you. Your victory is not coming. It is here. Walk in it.